What was in the capsules? Why the men traveled so far to die? The lead masks case. Brazil's most bizarre deaths. On a quiet August afternoon in 1966, a boy flying a kite stumbled upon something strange. On a hill in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, two men lay side by side, dressed in suits, waterproof coats, and strange lead masks covering their eyes. They were dead. There were no wounds, no signs of struggle, no poison in their blood, no explanation. And beside them, a handwritten note. 1630 be at the determined place. 1830 ingest capsules. After effect protect metals. Wait for signal mask. No one has ever decoded what it means. No one knows what killed them. And to this day, no one understands why they wore lead masks. Scene 1. The discovery on Morro do Vintém, August 20th, 1966. Morro do Vintém, a wooded hillside overlooking the Brazilian town of Niterói. A local boy was flying a kite when he discovered two bodies partially hidden by undergrowth. They were lying on their backs, hands neatly placed at their sides, faces covered by thick, hand-cut lead masks, like sunglasses made from sheet metal. Police were called, and what they found only deepened the mystery. Scene 2, the scene and the note. Each man wore a clean suit and waterproof raincoat, despite no rain that day. Near them, an empty water bottle, a packet that once held 2 wet towels, and a cryptic handwritten note. It read, 1630, be at the determined place. 1830, ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals, wait for signal mask. Protect metals, wait for signal. Mask. Police searched the area. There were no weapons, no syringes, no signs of struggle. The men were identified as Miguel José Viana, 34, Manuel Pereira de Cruz, 32. Both were TV repairmen from the nearby town of Campos dos Goitacazes. They were best friends. No criminal history. Just 2 ordinary men. Until they weren't. Scene 3. The investigation begins. Investigators traced their final movements. On August 17th, the 2 men told family they needed to buy supplies for work. They took a bus to Niterói, about 4 hours away. Receipts showed they bought waterproof coats, purchased a bottle of water from a bar, and asked for directions to Morro do Vintém. Witnesses said they appeared nervous, in a hurry. Then, nothing. Until the boy with the kite found them 3 days later. Scene 4. No cause of death. The autopsy revealed no signs of violence, no bullet wounds, no stab marks, no bruising, and no toxic substances in their bodies. But here's the problem. Due to a backlog at the coroner's office and decomposition in Brazil's heat, the bodies weren't properly examined until weeks later. By then, internal organs had deteriorated too much for accurate testing. Official cause of death, undetermined. Scene 5. The lead masks themselves. The strangest detail, the lead masks, became the centerpiece of the case. Why were they wearing them? They weren't gas masks. They had no filters. They were simply slabs of lead cut into goggles, with no side straps. Experts believed they were made by hand, possibly by the men themselves. But for what purpose? One theory, to shield their eyes from a blinding light. What kind of light? And why would they need to wait for signal? Scene 6. Theories and possibilities. Let's walk through the most perplexing theories surrounding this bizarre case. Theory 1. A scientific experiment gone wrong. Some believe the men were attempting a DIY spiritual or scientific experiment, perhaps inspired by pseudoscience or fringe electronics. They may have taken capsules, possibly LSD or other hallucinogens, waited for a signal from radios, frequencies, or even cosmic energy, used the lead masks to protect against radiation or blinding light, died of accidental overdose or heat stroke, but no drugs were ever confirmed. And why such precise instructions? Why the towels? Why so far from home? Theory 2. Occult ritual or cult involvement. A more chilling theory. The men were part of a secretive group, practicing esoteric or mystical rituals. Some believe the note was part of an initiation, meant to trigger a contact with higher beings, spirits, or even extraterrestrial intelligence. There were rumors of spiritualist meetings in campos, strange symbols found on other equipment near their home, and attempts to build devices to communicate with other realms. Did they believe they were about to transcend? And if so, did someone encourage them to do it? Theory 3. Murder. Carefully covered. Some suggest the men were lured into a trap. The note, the location, the ritual, all staged. They were given poison, told it was for enlightenment, and quietly killed. By whom? A cult? A con artist? Someone who wanted them silenced? But again, no poison found, no struggle, no signs of forced ingestion. Theory 4. UFO contact attempt. Believe it or not, this case appears in UFO literature. Many locals reported strange lights near Morro do Vintém that night. Blue flashes, whispers in the air, a sense of pressure, the lead masks, shielding from brightness. The note, interpreted as a meeting instruction. Did they truly believe they were about to be contacted? And if so, did something answer? Scene 7. The unanswered questions. To this day, no one knows. What was in the capsules? Why the men traveled so far to die? Who gave them the instructions? Why they waited so calmly? Why they wore lead masks? Their families never received answers. No arrests were made, and the note remains a code with no cipher. Two friends, a journey into the unknown, a ritual with no end, a hilltop grave. They left instructions, but not explanations. What did they believe would happen at 6:30 p.m.? What signal were they waiting for? And why? Did they need to protect their eyes from the light?